Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Once again, I haven't made a video like this in a while. I think it's been since last summer. I figured since high school is going to be running back in session in a couple of weeks, that is if the stay-at-home order doesn't get extended again, this topic would be somewhat relevant. It doesn't really matter to me though, because I signed up for online school before this whole pandemic escalated, so either way I'm going to be at home all day doing none but sitting on my computer getting schoolwork done, playing Minecraft, and making YouTube content. If you haven't noticed by the title of this video, this is going to be a rant video about how much I hate public school, why it sucks for most people, in the process of me trying to graduate, leading me to switch from going to public school to taking online classes. Man, I hate public school so much. And you probably do too, considering you were interested enough to click on this video and watch it. I'm really close to graduation and I can't wait to put high school and all of its shenanigans in the past. I'm also not proud of the fact that I'm too behind on credits and have to go to summer school again, but sitting at home being able to get work done right at home is a lot better than sitting in class ready to pass out knowing that I had to spend an extra month in school, let alone the coronavirus pandemic causing the governor of my state to make a stay-at-home order. I'm also pretty lucky to not be too behind to the point where I have to take another year at school and graduate in 2021. Before we get into the topic of this video, please make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell to get a notification whenever I upload. Share this video to anyone that goes to school right now, and let's play the public school rant. One thing I hate the most about going to public school is the fact that you have to wake up early as fuck to eat, take a shower, get dressed, and everything just to make it the first period before the bell rings. Now, I'm not a morning person at all. There's been plenty of times where I slept through the alarm, missed my school bus, and had my mom freak out on me. I'm sure that's happened to y'all too. Every time I wake up really early, no matter what time I go to bed, I feel terrible. I wake up with damn near no energy, my throat's all dry, even if I drink water, and my eyes just hurt to look at bright things, especially the sunlight and the lights at school. It's even worse when you have to wake up before you get to see any light emit in the sky from the sun. Around where I live in the winter, the sun doesn't even rise until it's almost 8 in the morning. Plus, it also gets really cold. Mornings are always the coldest part of the day no matter what time of the year. My school district doesn't even care about the weather half the time. It'll be negative 15 degrees outside or a foot of snow just chilling everywhere, and you'd still have to come to school. There's been times where I even ate shit walking on ice and would have to face a whole day at school suffering and pain. I had already used all my I'm sick cards, so I won't even be able to just go to the nurse and have my mom bring me back home, but that is how much I hate school. Now, there are some teachers in this world that are respectable human beings. They understand how hard it can be to get yourself situated for each and every school day, especially if you have problems outside of school that affects you as a person. They take it easy on you, and sometimes they'll even ask you how your day was. There are also some teachers in this world who literally don't give a flying fuck about their jobs. They don't care about what you have to say on how they run shit, nor do they really care about whatever that's preventing you from coming into class on time or something on the sort. It's always going to be pay attention and do your work, or it's fuck you. There's other teachers too that enforce each and every rule, regardless of how stupid they seem. I remember just last year, or maybe it was 2 years ago, I'm not sure, but the teachers would tell everyone to take their hats and hoods off because you weren't allowed to wear them, but school never had a good explanation on why it was the case. The teacher would make up an excuse as to why it was a rule, but some of the teachers had no fucking clue what to say about it. Recently, my school had just gotten rid of that rule. I think the teachers have finally got tired of telling kids to take their hoods and hats off every single day. There was also this one teacher I had mid-junior year while everyone else in that class was a grade lower than me. He was pretty strict when it came to the rules. He wanted to give off that persona to the youth that high school isn't the place to be fucking around, but he was letting that shit controlling his feelings. Literally, like 2 or 3 people would start talking when they're not supposed to, and instead of him just telling them to stop talking, he would throw a whole fit about it, threatening to take like 5 minutes out of our lunchtime. I didn't feel like that class was good enough for me to stay engaged when we're literally every 5 to 10 minutes, the teacher would get mad about a student interrupting class, not turning in an assignment on time. He even got on my case when it came to turning in work late, but I wasn't about to talk to him about my living situation. The school lunch isn't that bad sometimes, but that's just my opinion. I'll be sitting in class with barely anything in my stomach. Waking up in time for a full breakfast meal at home is too much for me, so I usually have to end up getting whatever the school serves in the morning, and it really isn't much. I'll be getting hungry like 2 or 3 hours after I eat their breakfast, knowing that lunch doesn't start for another hour. It's a real mood killer, man, but sometimes I'll just get really disappointed on what's for lunch because some of the shit they serve is fucking gross. I'll be losing my appetite sometimes and feel like shit after school. It would be awesome if at least seniors could leave school grounds to buy buy some food from the gas station across the street, or even McDonald's down the road, and be trusted to come back for the next class. But you can't do that at the high school I went to, and I bet that applies to most high schools in the country. Luckily, my mom had been putting money in my lunch account for a while, so every time I'd get lunch, I get a megabyte with an extra chip bag or two. The amount of drama that these kids deal with at school is just so mind-boggling to me. It's like elementary school all over again, except everyone just takes it way too seriously. Personally, I never was really the type to get into shit like this. I was always the quiet kind who barely talked to anyone unless we were actually friends, who talked and hung out outside of school. Other than that, whenever something happened, I just try my best to stay out of it and mind my own business. But fuck, man, some of the altercations that pop off is just over the dumbest shit ever. Some kids will straight up talk smack about people behind their backs or even lie about them, and then they would play the victim card. The most fucked up shit about this is that the way how these altercations get resolved really doesn't solve the case. I'm talking about full-blown fights, exposing people's nudes, death threats, all types of shit. Man, I'd be damned if I ever had my nudes exposed, but I'm happy to say that's never going to happen because I'm not a fucking idiot who takes pictures of his pee-wee and sends it to anyone. Kids, please don't send nudes. Homework is so stressful for me, man. I think everything that happens in school should stay in school, including the subjects that are being taught to the students. But teachers have this mentality that homework will help kids remember the topics so they could remember it in school. I had a decent time remembering what I was taught and passing tests, and I never had to do shit at home. Fuck homework, man. Just pay attention in class and you're good. Or just sign up for online school, because that just seems to be the move nowadays. Some of the punishments that you get for getting in trouble is the softest shit ever. I got caught high at school once and all they did was suspend me, even though if I got caught doing the same thing again, I'd get expelled. I also had detention for coming to first hour late too many times. I tried to get there on time, but like I said, I'm not a morning person. Detention does suck though. They literally have you sit in a room doing nothing for an hour. What makes it worse for me is that the school just has to inform your parents about everything. Every time I get in trouble in school, me and my mom start fighting and fussing about it, and it becomes a fucking shit show. That's a big reason why I'm always quiet at school and don't pick fights. I already have problems at home, man. My senior year has been a complete mess. I started off at my home school. I was working at Hardee's. I had a decent start until I quit Hardee's, but even then working there was pretty stressful. I'm kind of surprised that I was even able to pull through. I was also in a program that had me go to a different school for the first couple of class periods. Once I quit my job at Hardee's came the depression stage. After the first trimester, I transferred to an alternate school where all of the juggies and bad kids go. I thought I could catch up on credits over there, but even that was a mistake. There were so many talks of people at that school, man. I just could not do it. After the second trimester, I transferred to online school. After a week, the administrator sent me an email about what seemed to be an overwhelming missing amount of credits. She just ended up saying that if I want to graduate this year, I'll have to go back to that alternate school for summer school. It kind of sucks, but I'm not even tripping that much, man. I'm just ready to get it over with. I think this is where I'd like to end this video. Thank you all for watching this. I really appreciate it. If y'all like this video, please go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe, and click on the bell to be notified whenever I upload. Follow me on all of my social media. Links will be in the description below. Share this video to anyone that is in school, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out. Sauce.